Hi, this is Pierre Delacote working at Planet Technologies. Thank you for watching this video.
Forms. Forms is a powerful tool part of Office 365. It helps you to create some surveys, quick and simple surveys, really easy to design. So I'm going to show you a few options here. Not all of them, but just a few. So you click on forms and you create a new form. You can create a quiz also if you want to check people knowledge, for example. But let's create a form. So I'm going to create a form, a very simple form to check the pulse. I think it's pretty useful right now to do that. I highly suggest to do that. So you can add a picture, a name of the form. You can add a picture. So let's do that. Looking for a nice logo. I thought I had one. There it is. And I can ask my question. So you have several questions, possible questions. I suggest if you want to discover forms, just create all of them. One question per type of question so you can see how it works. Here I'm going to ask a question, choice, where you have the choice. So, how do you feel today? So far, today. So if you want to add some sort of visual, there's no image you can add, unfortunately, here, just before the answer. But you can use emojis, so press the Windows key and dot. Windows key and dot. And we can choose what kind of answer it is, and there's more option here. So you can change, you can add subtitles, you can shuffle options, you can add a branching also. But I just want to make something very simple, and I'll just show you if I had another question with a section. So the second section is about health. And I had a question, same kind of question, options, so it's a stupid question here, but just to get you to the point. So you see that there's some AI behind the scene. So since the question, he proposed to add all the answer possible. So yes, no, maybe it's AI who's seeing that I'm asking a question, and with the you, so it's usually when you start a question with the you, the answer is yes, no, or maybe here it's not gonna be. Maybe it's gonna be. Not sure. So I can add also a picture, an image, or video. Same thing if I want to look at an image. COVID-19, I don't know which one is the best. Let's say this one. Where is it? It's taking apparently some time to. So why it's doing that, I don't know. Yeah, it is. And so here I'm just adding a little bit of effect. So here I'm able to choose a theme. So just like in PowerPoint, they suggest themes ideas. So I'm gonna use this one. No, maybe not this one. Maybe this one looks better. And I can also, and that's what I want to show you. If you're a international company or organization, you might want to have this survey in several languages. So let's say you want to have it in English and in French. So you just have to go in the three ellipses here, which means more stuff once again, and click on multilingual. So you add your language. So here I'm gonna add français. Looking for français. And the trick is it's not just about adding the language. You need to edit the language. So then you have all the fields that are in the form. You can translate them. So here I'm gonna translate to start with. Check the company pulse. I'm not sure how you translate that in French actually. The name is the same everywhere. So I did my form in two languages, French, English, and French. So now I can preview it to see how it renders. So as you can see, there's one question because you remember add a section. So section divides your form in several pages. When you add a section, just like if you were adding a page break in a Word document. So here I can see that I have my question, my first question. I can see also that I have the language. If I switch to the French, I have the translation. And also I can see the experience on a computer and on a mobile phone. So pretty cool to see how it works and check the experience. And then finally, when you're ready, you can share your form. So only within your organization or outside your organization, if your organization allows that. And you can share a link, you can share a QR code, you can share the code to embed in an internet site, or you can send an email, whatever you want. And finally, there are some settings if you want to discover more here. It's important to know that the settings is important if you want to record the name of the people, so let them know that you record their name, or you don't record them, so it's anonymous. And you can see also how many times people can answer the question, and so there are other settings here that you will perfectly understand when you read them. So that was one example of a quick form, creating a quick form. I'm gonna create another one which is really super simple. It's for another purpose. So now I just want to, by asking question, train people, create readiness. So here I'm gonna name it Team Readiness. So once again, I'm gonna upload. You're gonna see how fast it is. Upload a picture of Teams. Here it is. I'm gonna add a new question. So this time I'm gonna use a rating question first. I'm gonna add another image. I can add a number of stars. I can decide if it's numbers or star. I see if it's required or not. And I'm gonna add another question. So that's the first answer. Second answer. For answer. And last answer. Other answer. And to start the question, I'm going to add a YouTube video, actually, that I created, which in fact had the answer. I copy the YouTube video as an intro to the question. So other people will watch the video and they will be able to answer the question, or they don't watch the video and they'll probably answer the wrong answer. So same thing, I can add a theme. Here I don't have any suggestion because my question doesn't mean anything, I guess, to form. So let's see what's the best. Let's choose like this one. And same, I can share. So I grab the copy of the link and send it by mail or share it within Teams. And I'm not going to translate here. I want people to, I want to know who answered what. Maybe I will let them know that it's not anonymous when I send them a link. I just can preview the quiz. And you can see that the rendering is pretty cool in both mobile and computer user interface. It's pretty easy. So Foamy is a really powerful environment to build quick surveys, or even quiz. You can have quiz. And the final thing I wanted to show you is the results. So when you have, so this was a quick survey I did, and here are the responses. So I can really find that people love forms more than ever, more than anything else. So, and I can manage the results in Excel. But also, what I can do, and I won't show you that because it needs more time and probably more effort. It's more technical. You can add a flow that is triggered every time there's an answer in the form, and the flow can do whatever you want. So it can receive the answer and deal with it. So add in an Excel file directly, so you don't have to export it. And then you can, for example, from the Excel file, you can analyze in Power BI, or you can insert the result in a SQL database or whatever. So with Flow, you can really trigger all the events that are taking place in the form, so all the answers, and then you can deal with them and do whatever you want. So I think Form is really easy, especially when you have to survey people really quickly and you don't want to be an expert in surveys and you don't know surveys tool, or it's too complicated to use survey tool. You have one survey tool which is super easy to use right in Office 365, so leverage it, and you can also leverage it in Teams, as I showed already in another video. Hope it was helpful.